How you doing? Hope everyone is well. I'm going to get started here probably in the next minute or so. Give folks a chance to join in. I'll give you all a brief while we wait for that minute to tick down. I'll give you all a brief preview. What I'm going to talk about today will be hilarious to some. I know it was to myself, but it's a very important. It's not serious, but it's an important thing we need to talk about. Today I'm going to talk about men's menopause. Yeah, you heard me right. Men's menopause. Let me just, before I get started here, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Before I get started here, I want to say hello to everyone. I hope everybody's had a good day. Thank you for joining me this evening. And I won't be before you long. I'll probably be about maybe 5-6 minutes tops. All right. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. All right. So I like to call it menopause. All right. But it has some similarities to women's menopause. Okay. We experience some of the same things. But men's menopause is different. It is very different. Okay. Male menopause, also called andropause. Okay. Fellas, in all my years, I just didn't think I'd hear about anything like that. And even though I didn't take it serious at first, I didn't take it serious. I didn't heed warning signs or anything. I did, however, learn how to take notes, make mental notes, and research it for myself later. Okay. So in doing that, that has been a plus for myself because things that I don't know, things crunches I get into and I need to know something, research has been, become, one of my best friends. Okay. Now, fellas, I started having heat flashes and lingering heat episodes. Whew, that's all I can say. It got a little testy, there for a minute. So I had to learn how to cope with that, Most times at night is when I started feeling hot flashes and lingering heat episodes. I just couldn't deal with all the sweating. I could not deal with all the sweating, and I sweat at night. But I've kind of it's a work in progress. I've kind of gotten my heat flashes and heat episodes under control. But it's funny how it all, how I started noticing, everything. And it became clear to me that I was suffering from men's menopause. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I was kind of a jerk to my wife, and I comically, I would make jokes and whatnot about her going through menopause. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, it is not funny, y'all. It's not funny. But it's nothing too serious, but you do need to keep an eye on it and talk with your physician about it so that you all can get things, treated. Okay. I think after having 3 hip surgeries back to back, I started seeing temperature changes in my body being triggered. So, I believe having had 3 surgeries back to back, that does have something to do with the temperature changes in my body. Now, I've had some low energy, but I'm addressing that with eating good and staying hydrated and active. Um, but if you don't think that they're real symptoms, um, they do exist. They do exist, and they do occur frequently in my older brothers. You know, around around 40, 45, maybe 50, and then as you get older, you start to notice the symptoms more. Okay. Um, you probably won't start to see anything. It says uh, Harvard said that you would start experiencing things in your 30s, but I didn't start noticing the change because they're really small changes that occur. So I didn't start to notice any changes until I got into my early 50s, late 50s. Okay. But like I said, it's nothing to worry about. But, um, if they become bothersome, you might want to get that checked out. All right. So male menopause, often called andropause, is an age-related testosterone decline. Unlike female menopause, men do not experience sudden dramatic drops in hormones. Okay. Instead, they lose testosterone. They lose testosterone levels. Excuse me. They lose testosterone annually, about 1% of it. Okay. And like I said, that'll start about the age of 30. But then, as time progresses, you'll start to notice, these symptoms become more prevalent. Okay. Um, Key symptoms. Symptoms are often very small and develop over many years. Okay. So in the physical area, um, you have reduced muscle mass, decreased endurance, increased abdominal fat, and hot flashes. And I've experienced all of those. But I'm doing my best to, um, keep myself cooler, keep myself hydrated and whatnot. Sexually, you can have a lower sex drive. Okay. Now that I have not experienced, but it does occur. Okay. Now, as far as emotional, now I've experienced fatigue, irritability, poor concentration, and mild depression. Okay. I have experienced that. I had a horrible fall at work and it cracked my hip. And I ended up having 3 hip surgeries. So it was just a whole mess. It was messiness, that happened um, with my injury. But I can't talk much about it. But when everything is done, I definitely will give you all the full story. Okay. All right. So management and treatment. Okay. Oh, um, okay. Yeah. I'll read those to you. Okay. Management and treatment. Now, if your symptoms become bothersome, the first steps I would say is talk to your physician first. Let them know what's going on. Tell them the details. Don't be shamefaced about it. If things ain't working out in the bedroom, tell them things ain't working out in the bedroom. If you're having hot flashes, cramps, body aches, whatnot, tell them what's going on so that they can help. Okay. Now, if it's how can I say this? If it's clinically low testosterone levels, then you can also talk to your primary care physician about testosterone replacement. Okay, but that'll be a conversation that you all will have to have. All right. Now, these symptoms I'm combating by 1, staying active. 2, I now sleep with a fan and I keep something cold to drink by my bed. Number 3, I focus on self-care routines for my mental, physical, and spiritual health. Okay. Um, and number 4, I make it a point to stay hydrated. Okay. So important. So important. Stay hydrated. Okay. So, my brothers, remember, our menopause is a bit different from women's menopause. Okay. But we can have some of the same symptoms. All right. Now, like I always say, if you run into situations with your body, you notice changes, whatnot, especially this type of change, again, check in with your primary care physician. All right. You got benefits, use them. All right. If you don't have benefits, try and get you some benefits. All right. So you can keep doctor's appointments and stuff in your life. You need them. All right. All right. Many blessings to everybody. I hope that this was helpful to a lot of folks. I know it was helpful for me when I did the research for it, because there's still things I don't know about men's menopause. But the little bit of research that I did do, has informed me more than I was informed before. All right. All right. So the information credits go to Harvard Health Publishing and the Mayo Clinic. All right. Now, if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs it. All right. Now, this will also be available on my YouTube page, Clinton Wilder, Positive Living. Oh, I'd be glad to. Okay. I don't think I got to see it, but I hope I say it right. Happy birthday, Miss Sylvia. I hope I said that right. Happy birthday to you. All right. But if you would check out my page, please check out my page. There's a lot of good stuff on it. There's so much information that I've put on that page. It's a lot of feel good information. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a page. It's a feel good page. It's a place where you can go get inspired, get encouraged, get motivated. It's just a page dedicated to that. All right. Now I do have my own business that I inject, sometime, but for the most part, that's all that it is. So check it out, please. Check it out. If you find something you like, hit that subscribe button and share it with somebody. All right. Many blessings. Everybody have a great one. Thank you again for your support and your viewership. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. See you on the next live.